Very good, thanks.
All right. So, how does it feel to be one of the most important people of all time?
Oh, come on. I was just a little kid. Anderson Park playing football, towhead.
But you're a hero to so
I
many.
was lucky. Opportunities came up. I was in an aviation family. My father took me on my first airplane ride at age 2. And he had already flown from Lakehurst, New Jersey, on the Hindenburg over to Germany. A couple of years before it came back and it blew up. Yeah, he was manager of Newark Airport when we entered the war, 1941, December.
So, flying is in your blood, basically. Wow.
Yep.
And do you ever?
Well, I went to West Point the same year that they enabled West Point to go into the Air Force and the Naval Academy also. So I was going to do that anyway. So I got out of West Point in 1951. And actually, the year before I got out, I was in Tokyo. General MacArthur was taking over occupation. So we were touring of that. And the night I got there in the BOQ, Bachelor Officers, wake up the next morning, and underneath the door is the Stars and Stripes. That's the military newspaper. And it says, North Korea invades South Korea. So I knew a lot of my classmates would be over there in a year. And after pilot training and gunnery, I was over there in 1953. So it opened up a whole career of flying that took me to the Air Force Academy when it first opened up as an aide to the Dean of Faculty. From there, I got assigned in the Air Force to Germany during the Cold War, flying supersonic, patrolling the border. Things got a little hot, so we went on 5-minute alert with nuclear weapons, where we would take off and fly into Czechoslovakia, Poland. So that's, for a young kid, that's a real indoctrination.
And thank you for all your service.
So I had planned on going to MIT after that because my father went through there. But I also heard about this space program. But I heard you had to have gone through test pilot training, and I hadn't done that. So I went to MIT anyway and studied the necessary things, wrote my doctoral thesis on rendezvous.
What a story.
And then I got out and I applied for the first group. No. But in 1963, I was picked anyway. So that was being in the right place at the right time and then taking advantage of it.
What a great story. I could listen to you talk all day, but I think they want you for some photos. So can I take one with you first?
Of course.
You're at the Jersey Shore. New Jersey is big on the performing arts. There's so many places that are encouraging kids to follow their dreams. What do you say to young actors as they try and pursue this crazy journey of having a career like yours?
Yeah. Do it for the right reasons, which is because you love to do it, and you give people a gift when you do it. Don't get all starry-eyed about fame and fortune, because that very rarely comes, and it's the least important part. Be an artist because you love the arts, and you need to share it with people. If you're doing that, you will never fail.
To me, personally, you are the most famous person in New Jersey, like the one that everybody always loves knowing you're from here.
Thank you.
Do you get mad when people say George Costanza?
No, it's actually, listen, no actor loves to be defined by a single role, but you have to be realistic. And Seinfeld and George has had a connection with the audience that none of us can understand. We don't know why the audience is as big, as pervasive, and as ongoing as it is. But generally what happens when people are coming up to me to say that they've been affected by the show or affected by my part of the show, it is often, I find more and more, because it's been more than just a show to them. It's gotten them through something very kind of hard in their lives, and they're coming up to say thank you. And how do you not? I mean, that's the nicest way to go through the world. So.
Comedy or drama? What do you prefer?
I mean, nothing against the great dramatic actors. Drama's a little easier. Comedy, everybody goes, oh, comedy. Comedy is often some heavy lifting, and you need a specific, like Liam Neeson, you need a specific set of skills. And I marvel at the great comedic actors. I learn from them. I steal from them, and they're amazing.
What's your favorite part about New Jersey?
Oh my God! You have to go back to my childhood. A lot of which I'm about to talk about. It was such a great place to grow up. There was so much between lakes and fields and public services and history and nature and camps and it was a state when I was a kid that kind of nurtured kids. It really said, you want to be a kid, this is a great place to be. And I haven't spent my adult years here, but I assume from everything I'm seeing that it still does that, and that's my favorite part of New Jersey.
Thank you so much. Are any of the characters or the places in your books have any basis in from New Jersey?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about my first fantasy novel that I wrote in New Jersey when I go on there. So
Okay.
I don't want to reveal it here.
Okay. What about all the names of all those characters? Like, some of them are so interesting. How did you come up with those names?
Oh, I read a lot of history, names from history, give them a little twist, take Edward and change one of the W's for a D, and you have Eddard. It sounds a little fantasy, but it's easy to pronounce.
And did it bother you when HBO would kill off some characters that lived in the books, or any of the changes that they made, or do you just have to learn to deal with Hollywood?
Well, I've worked in Hollywood adapting other people's works before, so I know there are two different mediums with different demands. I often ask, how many children did Scarlett O'Hara have? And what's the answer? Well, she had 3 in the Margaret Mitchell's novel. She had 1 in the movie. So they're different mediums. The same story, but with handled different ways.
And what do you tell aspiring writers in New Jersey to give them advice on maybe following their dreams of becoming famous, published?
I think they have to stick to it. Persistence is a big part of it, as much as talent or anything. They have to have a thick skin. Writing is a very competitive profession. It's not easy to make a living at it, and you're going to get a lot of rejections. So you can't take them too seriously. You got to say, well, damn them, I'm going to do it anyway, and write another story, send out another proposal. Just keep doing it.
And we're rolling. Hi there, how are you?
How are you? Backstage. Glad to see it out.
How does it feel to be at Convention Hall and the Paramount Theater, classic places in the Jersey Shore?
It's iconic. Since I spent a lot of my childhood on the Jersey Shore, this is special. I used to go to the Bongo Room down in Avalon with great music growing up. But I live in North Jersey now, so this is good to come back.
Yeah. And who are you inducting tonight?
Martha Stewart. Why she trusts me, I don't know, because she knows I'm coming after her.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
So we have some very young girls here that are winning scholarship essays tonight. What's your advice for a young girl that wants to make it and that's from New Jersey?
Find your passion, follow it, stick to it.
What's your favorite thing that you have to say about the great state of New Jersey?
I love your tomatoes.
It's great to meet you. Congratulations. Have a good time.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun.
Well, let's just, we're not going to go all the way back for a long time, but tell me one of your memories of going to Neptune High School.
Oh, gee, holy mackerel, Neptune High School. I hated high school personally, but there was a group there that used to practice called the Neptones, and they were a doo-wop group. This was back in '65, I guess, and they would sit in the stairwell, and they sounded so great, and I thought, wow, what talent, and they never did anything, so it was kind of like, maybe it's not that easy.
And now they have their own performing arts center there, too.
So, yeah, when I went there, it was just a one-room shack.
So what advice do you have for these kids now? They're in high school, they're forming bands, they're hoping to live the dream. What's your advice for future wannabe rock stars?
Oh, I think just do it for, like the Smithereen said, you do it for the love of it. I mean, if you really love it, it's going to reward you in ways that money and fame don't. And if you do get money and fame, well, then that's just icing on the cake. But right now, when you're young, learn what you love about music and follow that.
Tell us what you love about Ocean Grove.
I like Ocean Grove because people leave me alone.
And your favorite thing about Asbury Park?
I can drink there.
And how do you feel about your buddy John Bon Jovi inducting you?
John has been a good friend for a long, long time. He's been a great help to me. He says I'm his mentor, but he's been my mentor too. He's taught me a lot of things that I needed to know.
So how does it feel to be inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame?
I'm glad it's over.
All right, go have your fun and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's take a picture. All right, before we take a photo, we're going to ask a couple more questions. Okay, so what advice do you have for young kids coming up? They're playing in their garage bands, they're in high school, they're in middle school, some of them, and they just want to be rock stars. What do you say?
Wear hearing protection.
Hearing protection is important.
Don't want to be a rock star. Don't get caught up in that trappings. That's pretentious. Be a musician. There's a big difference.
That's great advice. How about you?
It's all about the passion. If you have the passion for it, like Mike said, it's not about being a rock star. It's about being a real musician.
How about you?
Don't do it.
Really? You're gonna kill some kids' dreams. Really, congratulations. The awards look beautiful. I like what you all set up there.
We don't need any more competition. No,
Yeah, you're still working. You want all the kids.
I'm kidding about that.
All right, we're going to take a couple of pictures. Okay. All right, what do you want to tell little girls in New Jersey that have dreams of doing some of the things that you've done?
Honestly, I think my biggest advice would be to not limit yourself. And I found a passion for gymnastics at a really young age, but I know so many girls who are like, I want to do this, and then I want to do this. And I say, go for it. Do all of it as much as you can for as long as you can, because that creates growth, and it allows you to grow with people who also will have the same creative mind as you. So don't limit yourself.
And what's next for you?
So I'm currently still training, actually. I'm training in California, but of course born and raised and still sort of living in New Jersey. So being back has been something else, and we're going for the 2020 Olympics.
That's so exciting. Best of luck, and thanks for coming. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a picture. So, tell us what it's like to be from New Jersey and then become like one of the biggest superstars.
Oh man, I wouldn't consider myself a superstar. Just a kid playing a sport that he loves. That everybody. What I've learned here today, that everybody takes pride in where we're from. Everybody loves the place where they're from, especially New Jersey. I've learned a lot about a lot of different places and that I haven't still been to New Jersey. And the cast and the lineup here is unbelievable. Everything they said, I'm all eyes on them, and it's truly remarkable. It was a great lineup here, and I'm really proud to say I'm from this state.
Oh, that's awesome. And what is it like being in Asbury Park at Convention Hall and the Paramount at the New Jersey Hall of Fame?
Yeah, there's nothing better than this. Not an empty seat in the house. You get to see Bon Jovi perform with Southside Johnny. Guys that my dad grew up watching, and you finally get to see him play live. It's pretty cool, and I know my dad will be jealous right now. So I got a lot to talk to him about tomorrow, but I'm going up there pretty soon, and couldn't be happier. So it's truly a remarkable night.
This is live?
It's not live. It's recorded. We're the official videographers for the New Jersey Hall of Fame, so this will be all over their stuff. So tell us how it feels to be representing New Jersey.
Oh, man, it's such a special night. We're thrilled to be here. We were in this very spot last year. Last year's class was extraordinary, and this year's class is just as extraordinary, if not more so. We're thrilled to be here. I know I speak on behalf of Tammy and myself.
Who are you most starstruck to meet?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I always love seeing Darlene Love. I mean, she is awesome, and I don't know what she does. She just always looks fabulous, and she sounds even better. So really excited about that.
Amen. And I would add Southside, who's the so-called grandfather of Jersey Shore rock, and it's a great night to see him inducted here as well.
And this location, you can't beat it, right?
Come on, man. Asbury Park, New Jersey.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
John's inducting Southside.
Yeah.
So tell us what you think about John being.
Oh, we love John. John's one of our closest friends. We're thrilled that he's here. Obviously, he's very close. He looks up to Southside, so I think that's quite appropriate that John is the guy who's going to induct him. And another reason tonight's really special.
Yeah. And maybe you'll get up and jam with them all at the end. What do you think,
Timmy?
I don't know. Let's wait and see.
Keep them hanging, folks. Keep them hanging.
All right. Thank you.
Keep the faith, right?
Yeah.
This is. I'm wearing regular shoes. This is very unusual.
Wow.
And socks.
So you do a lot of things.
I mean, that's true.
What is your favorite out of all of them?
Oh, absolutely nothing. And I'm not the. I mean, I love everything that I do. I like coaching high school. I like being in the restaurant business. I love playing music with my best friends. And above all, probably Holiday Express, because it's just 40 days, 45 days of what we refer to as Holiday Express moments.
How many concerts are you going to do between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year?
Well, actually, we start now November 5th. We're going to do 100. I do about half of them. And it's just this thing that rolls along. But you're fueled by what you experience when you're doing it. I've said many times now, it took me a long time to figure out, in a sense, what we were doing. In the beginning, we were just doing a nice thing, and it felt good. It was fun, playing all happy music and stuff. But when we finally met our audience, digging deeper and seeing the people who are really lost in America in many ways, people who have been marginalized, or other people that have such horrific disabilities and whatever, that it's just going to be a hard life for them and their families. I came to understand that what we were actually doing was healing ourselves, that we had all the things that you experienced in your life that didn't go the way you wanted, or bad decisions or illnesses or deaths or whatever. They're always saying that it's better to give than receive, which is true, but this is almost a nuance of that it's that when you give, you heal yourself, and I think I finally figured it out, and I think that's why we all do it.
And I think some people don't understand that you get, first of all, some of the most talented singers and performers in New Jersey. You get them to perform for free, to go to places where nobody else wants to visit.
Well, the performing for free part is a problem. But I think the reason that they're willing to do it, and it's not just that, we have all these other volunteers who, starting in the warehouse, packing bags and then driving to these places and then setting up food and dancing with people and painting faces. It's not just the musicians. There's 150 of us, the musicians, but there's also probably another 1,000 or more of volunteers who do it also. And I think that they all do it, and they come back every year for the same reason I said. It touches something in them, and it helps them heal from, disappointments in their own lives, and just feeling better about making somebody else's life just incrementally, just a little better for 2 hours.
And that's why we're so happy you're being inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Well, it's very strange.
All right, so after all these years, tell everybody what you've been doing with the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Well, I've just been one of the many people that have been striving to help this organization, the New Jersey Hall of Fame, be successful, so that we can highlight just how many the myriad of numbers of people that are have made differences in our state, in our country, in our world, and so it'd be an example to the kids that they go through our school systems, and be able to have a mentoring for an example for the guys, for young kids and boys and girls who know that they can achieve something.
And were you surprised that you were nominated?
Exceptionally, yes. No, very, very much so. Very, very uncomfortable about it.
Oh, well, you look great. It's so nice to see you as an inductee for a change.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
The rumors are flying because you're here. What does that mean?
Well, this happened way back in the summertime. Jerry asked me to introduce him for the Hall of Fame, and he's been a big influence for me. So I agreed to do it, and looking forward to doing it.
That's so exciting. Tell us what one of your favorite things about New Jersey is.
Well, I just watched two of them, right? Bon Jovi and Southside. I mean, I grew up on that stuff, brought back a lot of memories.
All right, and how do you like being a part of the New Jersey Hall of Fame tonight?
Well, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of great people, and it's good to be back in New Jersey.
All right, it's great to see you.